Hello everyone, welcome to Mastermind. Today let us learn more environmental news of 2023 and let us try to understand the concepts in detail. So first and foremost, we are going to look at global framework on chemicals. This is a landmark deal to combat chemical pollution or pollution. So in the year 2023, as we have been discussing about what happened in 2023, an important or a landmark agreement was signed, that is Global Framework on Chemicals. So this was signed in the year 2023. So what is the purpose of this? The purpose is to combat chemical pollution and safeguard people and the environment. So the purpose of this agreement is to combat chemical pollution and safeguard people and the environment. So why is it very important? Because the detrimental effects of chemical pollution is responsible for an estimated 2 million deaths annually. 2 million deaths or 20 lakh deaths annually. 20 lakh people are dying solely because of chemical pollution. Therefore, in order to combat this chemical pollution, the global framework on chemicals was adopted in the year 2023. So, what does this framework entail? It has 28 targets. Very, very important. Please note it down. So, the accord encompasses 28 targets, including the phased out use of highly hazardous pesticides. Phased out use of highly hazardous pesticides and crackdown on illicit trafficking of chemicals. So it also addresses the problem of illegal trafficking or illegal transportation of chemicals from one place to another place or from one country to another country. So why this is required? Why this agreement or framework has taken so much of importance? Because it acknowledges pollution and waste as a global crisis on par with climate change and nature loss. So as all you know that climate change is a very, very important problem that the world is facing as of now. It is a very, very important crisis that the globe or Earth is trying to address as of now. The other challenge is the biodiversity loss or nature loss. So it is the nature loss. So these two are regarded as two glaring problems in this century. But this particular framework, global framework on chemicals, acknowledges chemical pollution on par with climate change and nature loss. So, like you consider climate change as a global problem, like you consider nature loss as a global problem, it is necessary to consider chemical pollution also as the major problem that the world is facing as of now. So, this global framework on chemicals tries to make chemical pollution as the global problem, as chemical pollution is responsible for 2 million deaths globally on an yearly basis. 2 million deaths. So please note this down. So now the framework has been adopted. Once the framework has been adopted, who funds this or who manages the funds? So funding will be given by the member countries, but which entity or organization is going to supervise the fund? So the answer is UNEP. United Nations Environment Program will oversee a dedicated trust fund in support of the framework. Please note it down. UNEP is going to oversee the dedicated trust fund in support of this framework. And Germany has pledged 20 million euros to the fund. Germany has decided to contribute 20 million euros to the fund already, and other countries including France, Netherlands, Spain, Switzerland have also committed to provide contributions to the fund. So what is the importance of this particular framework, or what does this framework emphasizes? It emphasizes collective effort to address challenges of chemical pollution and stress on international collaboration. So first it tries to tackle the chemical pollution problem, and secondly it stresses on international collaboration for a healthier and sustainable future for the planet. Very, very important. These are all keywords. You need to use such words like international collaboration, sustainable, etc. to make your answer sound more professional. So please note down all these points. This is a very, very important environmental development that happened in the year 2023. So far, we have learned about global agreement on chemicals or global framework on chemicals. So where was this adopted? It was adopted at International Conference on Chemicals Management. So it was adopted International Conference on Chemical Management 5, the fifth session. So this was at the fifth session. So when was it held? It was held from 25th to 29th September 2023. So where was this held? This was held at World Conference Center Bonn. World Conference Center Bonn at Bonn. So Bonn is a place in Germany. So this particular agreement, global framework on chemicals, was adopted in Germany. So it was adopted at World Conference Center Bonn, that is at Bonn in Germany. So what are the important outcomes of this International Conference on Chemicals Management? The first one is, as we have already seen, it is the global framework on chemicals. It is for a planet free of harm from chemicals and waste. And second important outcome is the Bonn Declaration. Very, very, very important. Please note this down and put 3 stars. Bonn Declaration is for a planet free of harm from chemicals and waste. Very, very important. This will be asked in multiple choice questions, so please note it down. Thirdly, Global Framework on Chemicals Fund, as we have already seen. So this will be overseen by UNEP, United Nations Environment Program. Along with this, other conference resolutions were also adopted. Very, very important. Please note it down. Bonn Declaration. Bonn Declaration in 2023 was against chemical pollution. It was for a planet free of harm from chemicals and waste. Very, very important. Next, let us look at the Champions of the Earth Award. So, which entity announces Champions of the Earth Award? It is announced by UNEP. So, for the year 2023, 5 winners were announced by UNEP for the award designated as Champions of the Earth, and it is UN's highest environmental honor. Please remember that it is United Nations highest environmental honor. That is why we are focusing on this particular award. So Champions of the Earth is given by UNEP, and for the year 2023, 5 winners were announced by UNEP. So these 5 winners were given for their outstanding work in tackling plastic pollution. The 5 winners were awarded Champions of the Earth Award for their outstanding work in tackling plastic pollution. So why this has become important, why tackling plastic pollution has become important, and why UNEP has given the award for those people who have tackled plastic pollution last year? Because a 2022 historic resolution at United Nations Environment Assembly 5 in Nairobi focused on ending plastic pollution, and also it came out with an international legally binding agreement by 2024. So this was to stress on this historic resolution where ending plastic pollution is becoming legally binding, and this particular declaration is known as Nairobi Declaration. Nairobi Declaration, again, very, very important. Declarations are extremely important. Please focus on this. Nairobi Declaration focuses on ending plastic pollution. So Nairobi Declaration, so it was in the year 2022, and at this particular UN Environment Assembly 5, it was decided to come out with an international legally binding agreement by the year 2024, that is this year. By the end of this year, there should be an international legally binding agreement to end plastic pollution, as the resolution was passed in the year 2022 at Nairobi. So the Champions of the Earth Award is given in 4 categories. This is very important. The 4 categories are policy leadership, inspiration and action, entrepreneurial vision, and science and innovation. Please note down, the awards are given in 4 categories: policy leadership, inspiration and action, entrepreneurial vision, and science and innovation. Very, very important. Please note down all these points. You don't have to know the names of the 5 winners, but you have to know that 5 winners were announced. So this is all in this video. Hope we are making your preparation a lot easier. So be with us. You will learn many more concepts, and tackling the examinations are going to become easier with Mastermind. Thank you.